If you're working all the hours of the day and not getting enough time to spend with your kids or your loved ones, this episode of Fill the Bank is for you. I'm about to connect with a business owner that is doing multiple millions a year, is working all the hours of the day, but is just not seeing results. His business has plateaued, he's working way late into the night, right up to 12 o'clock, and isn't getting to see his kid. And he's kind of pissed. But here's the truth. There's problems with leadership, there's problems with accountability, there's problems with having difficult conversations with his team, and most importantly, getting out of his own way. At the end of this video, you're going to walk away with a clear framework on how to upgrade the skills in your team so that they can do the stuff that you don't want to do and do all the little extra bits that drive extra revenue, growth, and predictability into your business so that you can finally live life on your own terms and spend more time with the people in your family and loved ones that truly matter to you, because that's why you set up a business. Ryan, how are you, my friend?
I'm good, Phil. How's yourself? Thanks for the call.
Not too bad. Fill me in. What industry are you in, and what is your biggest challenge in business right now that you would like help with?
I'm in the fenestration industry. For anybody else, that's windows and doors.
Cool name.
Pardon?
Cool name. I've never heard that before. Fenestration.
Yeah. Fenestration, yeah. So I manufacture hardware, so I make everything that makes the window work. I don't touch the plastic or the glass.
Got you.
And they do smart technology, so anything that you want your door to open anywhere in the world, or via your retina, fingerprint, proximity,
cool.
Recognize your car, anything like that. So it's quite interesting. But my biggest thing is sales currently, and the stagnation of sales and the stagnation of my sales team. I have stayed at the same level for the last 3.5, 4 years. And I'm seeing a decline in my core products and an incline in my niche project work, which obviously is fantastic, but it's also a massive negative because our core is the things that opens the door, pays for the lights, is for the heating, and that's just me being brutally honest.
All right, let's get stuck into this. Grab a pen because this is going to come thick and fast. All right, first things first is you have to ask yourself, is the market still there? And is the market still listening in the same way compared to the good old days? Those questions will reveal what you need to potentially change around your marketing and your sales strategy. Here's what you need to know when you want to make more money and you want to grow your business. One, you've got to sell more. I'll come to that one in a second. Two, you've got to sell new. So where is the biggest gap in the market? What can you provide that nobody else can? And how can you put a name and a price and a set of deliverables on it? Number three, are there any other partners that you're currently working with right now that have access to people that would buy those parts? So for example, are you working with any developers, architects, or anybody else in any kind of construction that would have access to people that are building these window frames or essentially infrastructure for your stuff to plug into? And if so, how can you get introduced to those people? Number four is the quality of sales training that your team has. Because if they are getting faced with leads and they are not converting, or they don't know how to actually generate a sales conversation, then you have to ask, when was the last time that I trained them? What confidence level do I have in their current ability to sell? And you'll get the answer to that if you go and review their pipeline and you look at actual call recordings, pitch decks, communication. You'll be able to pull out straight away, is that how I would have done it? So that is a big thing. If you're turning a blind eye to that, then there's a very good chance that they are literally just taking orders and they're not selling. So they're not ringing around the key contacts that have this pain point and saying, hey, we're ringing around X, whatever the name is, and we're interested in helping you cut costs, increase speed, get better results, and drive better X with your company. Would you be interested in a conversation as to how we could help? So with that outreach message, not only are they saying we're ringing around a specific type of company, we're interested in helping you increase speed, de-risk your business and get better results. That's a really important piece, is that what does your equipment do? It increases the speed of result for a window manufacturer. It potentially or provingly reduce costs. And on top of that, it increases fulfillment time and confidence. So is that being communicated in the outreach message? But more importantly, is any of that being communicated anywhere on the internet where there's a trace where I can look you up or I can type in, who do I go to get X, Y, and Z? If I don't come to you, the question you need to ask is, who comes up? If I were to type in exactly what my customer would search, what comes up? And I can guarantee you, because you're in quite a rare niche, that very few bits of insight and information will come up, and that is your opportunity to start creating content and material around who you are, what you do, why you're better than anybody else, case studies and examples, and that provides a breadth and overview of the different companies, customers, and solutions that you provide, which means you're going to catch somebody that's doing their research and due diligence online. For example, I'm about to do a massive project at my own house, and it's going to involve exactly what you said, fenestration, right? It's going to involve moving parts, right? So I have a team of M&E specialists, structural engineers, architects that I pay to do that. So the real question is who do they think of when it comes to fenestration for Phil's new project at home? Who do they think of? So you will know better than me who they think of. It'll be your top competitors. Why are they going to them over you? And the question is going to be, one, they've got more of a presence in the marketplace. Well, why have they got more of a presence? In the likes of your industry, it's not because they're marketing harder, it's just because they've been in the game longer. So how do you override that? You override that by literally getting out there and shouting from the rooftops in a regular cadence, here's what I am, here's what I do, and here's how you can get in touch. And you make it easy for people to have a conversation with you. So if I was to go on your website, how quickly do you get back to me? How quickly do your sales team get back? How are they KPI'd? Have you set targets? Have you gone along the lines with, these are green targets, orange targets, red targets, great, not so great, and terrible? Okay, why this month are we green? Why this month are we terrible? What's worked? What hasn't worked? How can we fix it? One of the most potent and powerful questions you can ask any member of your team is, if we're going to turn this around in 90 days, what do you suggest that we do? That reveals talent, that reveals awareness, and that reveals skill. And if you get the wrong people in the wrong seat, they're going to come back with, I don't know. You also need to play a role in your interaction and community with these people. So how often are you communicating with them? How often are you training them? And blunt question, when was the last time you trained your sales team? Right, that's the reason. That's the reason why we're struggling with sales, right? Is because they don't know what to fucking do.
And we have a quarterly sales meeting as well as we have the weekly check-ins on a Friday, and that's great.
Yeah, but right, first of all, weekly check-ins on a Friday, bin that. Do you know why? Because nobody wants to fucking engage in a conversation on a Friday. You don't, your team don't, and the reality is, you see the results coming in, you're sitting there in your house on a Friday night going, fuck, we're behind, this is bullshit, but I can't open my mouth right now because it's Friday at 4 o'clock and nobody's actually going to be fucking bothered.
That's being genuine. I'm sitting there on a Friday evening, like last night at 11:45 at night, doing stuff, knowing that I'm not getting answers. And the thing is, we do turn over millions, and I'm still sitting there every evening, and that's the thing. And what's really hit home for me is, I've a child who's 5 months tomorrow. It's our first, and I do not spend time with her. And it is absolutely killing
Congratulations,
me.
I get it.
Thank you. And that's why I've reached out, because I didn't mind it before, and I just thought this is what business is.
All right, let's zone out for a second. The real question you've got to ask is, one, how are you prioritizing the development of the sales team? You're not. You're doing with Friday check-ins, you're doing with quarterly meetings, and the reality is that's the way you've always done it, and you haven't changed it because you don't want to disrupt anything. What is required right now is a disruption and an uncomfortable conversation that is going to change the habits of how people do things. The worst thing in an organization is habitual selling. When people fall into habits and routines of, hey, this is what I'm going to do. You put an A-grade person into your business. For example, let's just say I come into your business and I go, right, sales team, no more Friday debriefs. You're now to have these done by Monday, 12 o'clock for the week prior, which allows us to open up and strategize on what's going to be happening for the week ahead. 2, you've got to run me through the top 3 things that you're doing to drive opportunity. 3, I want you to do this sales training, that sales training. I want you to study that sales book, and I want you to bring your big takeaways. 4, I want you to submit 1 sales call, 1 sales pitch for review every single month, and I'm going to go through them. Right?
Yeah.
That is going to reveal very fucking quickly who is in the wrong seat, who is not trained, who is not capable. Because you could probably sell better than anyone else. And I'm going to suggest something that might drive you a bit crazy, but I want you to do this. I want you to go and do 5 sales and set the fucking example.
Yeah, and that's genuinely why I am where I am, and that's not being cocky. It worked.
Yeah, but it gets you to where you are, but then look, the wise thing is to delegate it and train the team to do it for you, because the capacity increases. But there's a problem here. It's leadership. It's leadership. You've created a leadership gap. I'm going to assume that you're also not in the same office as your sales team?
No, I'm not, no. I'm down the hallway by myself, so I am taking God knows how many meetings a day.
Right, so you're disconnected from them.
Yeah, and they're also, I have an internal team which is small, but I have an external team on the ground which I'm in phone contact with daily.
Right, who is the most important driver of revenue in the business? The one that's
external.
Right, so the
external.
Right, so that's what I'm trying to get at. The external team, the one that drives the most amount of revenue, is not in proximity to you. So if they're not in proximity to you, and proximity can be done virtually, and it can also be done in person, but virtually is like, hey, what's your focus for today? What are your challenges? Where can I help? And end of day debrief, 4:30. Let me know what's been done. Let me know what hasn't been done. Where do you need help for tomorrow? You have to understand that team at the moment is not performing because 1, they aren't being led. 2, they aren't being held accountable. 3, there aren't uncomfortable conversations being had. And 4, you need to go in there and disrupt. And the real question we need to ask is, why have you not done this? And it's either because of a lack of skill or a lack of belief that, hey, if I lose these people, I'm going to get sucked back into selling, and I don't want to do that. I would exactly, right? Yeah. But I would highly encourage you to go and close 5 deals, to say to your guys, hey, enough of your excuses. Here's what I did. And I would record the entire process and document it and teach it.
Yeah, like points 1 and 4 have hit home massively, and then even the content creation, like you said, I've got God knows how many Word documents of why we are comparable lists against
nobody reads them.
Or in this,
nobody reads them. Yeah, so you need to find
a way to get that across.
So you need to pick one day in the week where you create content on your phone and you literally just post it.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't need to be perfect and polished. You just need to start and let it find momentum. But I was going to suggest to you doing more active content and marketing. But the truth is, the highest leverage activity that you can do right now is to do the training with your sales team, is to get them accountable, is to start changing the Friday check-in to a Monday or a Tuesday where people are responsive, proactive, to start holding them accountable, to start setting KPIs for outreach, as in how many conversations have you started, outreach or KPIs in terms of cash collected, KPIs in terms of conversion. So outreach, conversations connected with. 2, that also includes distributors. 3, conversion rate. 4, cash collected, and also create a leaderboard, who is the best. And 5, up the frequency of when you check in with your sales team. Simple as.
Yeah, there's no 2 ways about it. Yeah, that is the brutal honesty. And as much as it's not that I don't want to hear it, is I do hear it, and it hurts, because we have done so well, and here's what happens, right? Here's what happens. You've made a decent amount of money. Yeah. You know you're good at what you do, but you're resting on your laurels, and you need to keep all of your team on their toes. You need to keep them sharp, and there's a possibility
In fact, I'd say this is 100% accurate, that you're tired.
I am.
And you don't have enough energy to fight. And the reality is there are people on your team that you need, that if they were to go, you would be afraid of taking on more workload that would literally just implode your entire life, especially with a new kid. Anyway, I hope that helped.
Yeah.
I hope that opened up your mind.
Amazing. Yeah, I don't think I've sweated this much since my last workout. You know, that's how much it's hit home, if I'm being honest.
Love it. Well, listen,
appreciate it.
I hope this helps, and most importantly, bro, implement what I'm sharing with you, because it will make you not only an extra 6 million a year, it'll take you to 12, 15 million a year. Behind every great business is a great team, and you currently aren't leading your team, and I'm calling you out on it, and you need to do something about it.
Yeah, Roger, thank you very much, and see you at expansion. And thanks for your time today, because I know I've had a bit longer than was expected, and I appreciate that.
My pleasure, bro. Go and grab your ticket. I would love to see you there. That kind of just straight talk is exactly what you need to fucking go to a new level, and I hope that's woken you up, big man.
I honestly, I'm genuinely sweating, because it's actually, like you said, it's not how much money you make. Like, it's actually just hit home something shocking.
Yeah, bro, you're costing yourself a fortune.
Yeah, it's disheartening, but it's positive as well.
You should be walking off this call excited, going, I've just got a new lease of life, and I'm ready to fucking run through walls right now.
Yeah,
and that's literally, you know, how you need to be doing. Listen, go and get your expansion ticket booked. Let me know when you're in, so I know you're taken care of. And listen, anything else at all, please do just message and chat. And I'll see you at expansion. Full day of this pre-warning. So you're only dipping the toe in the water here. I've only had literally a few minutes.
I've just shown my accountant you over the last couple of months, her child has just been diagnosed type 1 diabetic, and I've championed her with you and said this is what he has taken, type 1 diabetes, and turned it into life that 99.99% of the world would dream to have. And then I'm so as negative
thank you so
as
much.
she has been about it.
Well, listen,
look at that.
Yeah, well, listen, if once you get into expansion, I'll more than happily shoot a video for her personally, and you can give that to your accountant as a gift. That'll put you in the good books.
Becky's coming with me. I'm paying for her to come with me. To expansion. So there you go.
Yeah, well, it'll help a lot. Listen, I can't wait to serve you on an even higher level as well. Hope you enjoyed that, and most importantly, take action on it. I want you to let me know that you've done this stuff. Don't be a stranger. All right.
Will do, Phil. See you in the 5th.
Rock and roll. See you soon. Bye.